listening to All Talk Radio, Las Vegas, Nevada. Views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the host and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Oh, man, hold on. Wait a minute. This is some bullshit.
They're canceling the fucking show?
Yeah, they're planning on dropping us after 7 years.
That's bullshit. You still got people that listen and like the show.
Look, guys, you had a good 7-year run. What more do you want from us?
You're like a goddamn Oreo cookie. You taste like shit but swathed in the center.
Okay, goddamn it. Our hands are tied, okay? Yeah, you're goddamn right. Your hands are tied. Jerk, pass me the duct tape. Motherfucker. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Tape them together. Yeah, motherfucker.
You know what? I think I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Tie it a little tighter. Tighter.
Yeah.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motors. Hellfire, I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9. STIM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call a real show. They tough as hell with a hard edge like a steel toe. They campaign like a bass said. So if you mad at them, call in, fuck some hate mail. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
All right, you sons of fucking bitches. Welcome to the shit that fucking irks me. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm Cockatiel.
And Bunny Rabbit.
Yes, Jerkman is not here tonight again. So who fucked up these headphones? I want to know. You know, I think Jane was in here. Jane's always fucking around with shit.
Yeah, well, they did the show just before you. So.
Yup, that's who I would blame. Because nobody else has been here to do a show after me last night, huh?
Yeah.
So, yep, it was Jane. Oh, no, Dante was here today, wasn't he?
Yeah, but then they were after Dante.
Yeah, it was either Dante or her. I'm betting it was her because she always did shit like turning the mics off and, you know, stuff. We love you, Jane, but God damn it, leave shit alone sometimes. So, anyway, Cockatiel and I just came from the Asian buffet, and how many pieces of sushi did I eat, Cockatiel?
32 pieces.
Yeah.
God damn.
32 pieces of sushi. I'll tell you what.
And another plate.
Oh, that's right. And had a big-ass plate of other stuff.
Of Asian food.
Yep, of spare ribs and pork and...
Jesus.
And shrimp and
fried
frog
rice.
legs and octopus.
Oh, that was on the sushi plate, wasn't it?
No, you had fried octopus.
Is that octopus the same
Oh,
thing
squid.
as
It was squid.
calamari?
Oh, no.
No,
I
it was
think it was
squid.
fried out octopus.
Oh, you told me it was squid.
No, it was fried octopus.
What's calamari then?
Calamari squid.
Oh.
Pretty much the same thing, I think.
No, squid and octopus are two separate
Oh, they are.
mammals.
They're related, but they're not. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, calamari is something else. What the fuck is calamari?
That's just like the food name of a squid.
It's a smaller version of a squid. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it to you. Squid they have tiny little suckers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the octopus has larger suckers, and their tentacles are a lot bigger than the squid.
Ooh.
Even though they're shaped, but they don't spit. I don't think they spit. I don't think they have an ink sac.
Oh.
Like an octopus does.
Octopus has the ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, you made me ink.
But hey, either way, it's all good. The food is good. So, anyway,
We had a bunch of everything.
hell yeah, you know me.
And then the lady was trying to hand you the receipt.
Oh yeah, that was kind of
That was funny.
Well, I like the guy, Mr. Helpful back there. That's, what do you like, chopsticks?
I know, that was funny.
Would you like fucking another Coke? He's like asking you if that actually should go into the SMJ.
That was funny. That was funny. He's like, want chopsticks? And I'm like,
yeah, I can't eat with fucking chopsticks. I don't know anybody, and a lot of people can. A lot of people are like, oh, it's easy, man. And I'm like,
can't.
how the fuck
I
can
can't.
you? Yeah, I can't either. That's just insane. I don't know how people do
I
it.
can see and I can't even eat with chopsticks.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a visual thing at all. I think it's a coordination
For
thing.
me,
It
it is.
is.
I have to stare at it and be like, all right, stay on there, and then
it's a
won't work,
coordination thing
and-
of it's a balancing act of balancing those two sticks in your fingers.
If you've never, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like you didn't grow up eating that way, then you never would. I mean, you could learn, I guess, but fuck, there's no way. I mean, there's just certain things you can never learn.
If you want to eat half a bite at a time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the way I eat, no way. That's not going to allow for that. So, but there's just certain things you can never learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was another thing I've
Can't
never...
teach old dog new tricks.
Like playing drums. That was another thing I've never learned how to do.
That takes coordination.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not coordinated.
Well, as long as you have someone to teach you, I think you could learn.
So the question is that so since you're blind, do you know of any blind people
Oh yeah.
that play drums and use chopsticks?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. I don't know about the chopsticks, but I do know blind people play drums.
Okay.
So it's a coordination.
You're just uncoordinated.
But then again,
That's just a Max thing.
There's other shit. Yeah, there's other things that I can do great that some people will be like, oh, fuck, I can't do that, man.
Which is what? Impress us.
Impress you?
Give me,
impress
give
me
me
Well,
all
like,
your
for instance,
skills.
I can do it. Well, I mean,
I want to hear a resume.
how many people can sit here and do a whole radio show for 2 hours, 5 nights a week? You
That
know,
is true.
You know, it's like
That's a good skill.
People who like to talk a lot
there's
and like to hear themselves talk.
one.
And
Yeah.
narcissistic.
Well, that's it. And I'm on my own dick. You know, and that's definitely me.
Not everyone can go talk about their shit for 2 hours.
That's
a day.
true. I can speak on my shit. Oh, which by the way, that's something that fucking gets me a little bit. So, did you see somebody? Oh, it was on Duck's wall, and somebody had written there, "Hey, are you done yet?" or something like that. And so she's like, "Yeah, did you hear the show?" And he goes, "I tuned in, and all you were talking about was taking shits," or something. And
then I was like, well, it's called the shit that irks me.
yeah, I know. I saw that. That was funny. And then the dude goes, "No, I mean shit as in poop. That's all I heard." And it's like, dude, if you would have stayed tuned in for more than 5 seconds, you know, you might have heard something else. You know, and this is the thing. You get these people that, you know, I think you may have seen my post today on Facebook. Like, you get the one group of people that, when we're not funny and Howard Stern-y and fucking, you know, and we're all introspective or political or something, then they want to, you know, you guys aren't bringing the funny, man. You guys were lame last night.
Right.
And then,
yet the 1 second we do anything fucking crazy.
crazy
they
and
just
funny.
like,
Then we get the other
oh,
assholes.
that's all you guys ever do. Why do you guys do all that?
Yeah, you
What's
get
the point?
Yeah, that was dumb, man. You didn't even have a topic to talk about. What the fuck? So,
Well, they
win with
could.
these
Can't they still
motherfuckers.
call in and give you a topic to talk about,
I
or
mean,
no?
Yeah.
they could, but
Anyone could call in.
you know, we don't really. Well, I don't know about other shows, but myself, I don't really welcome calls because
Yeah,
a lot
I know.
of
I
times.
found that
Random
out.
calls.
Well, you know why? Oh, that's right.
I called one night 8
You
times.
called like 3 times. That
'Cause he
was
was
fucking insane.
he was doing. Do it. Do your
What?
voice.
Which voice?
That Jamaican voice
Oh, what?
for the psychic hotline.
Oh, call me now for a psychic reading. Yeah, I was doing the Cleo voice. And so she called up and thought she was being, you know, inconspicuous. And she was like, I want a reading. And I'm like, I totally knew this was cockatiel. You know, yeah.
It was funny.
Doing voices is definitely not your thing. I'll tell
No,
you that.
I don't.
And so anyway, yeah, she called in like 4 times that night, which, you know, I don't mind one call or whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes calls just derail the whole thing. Because a lot of times people call in when they're not even listening to the show.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that one night that I was here and somebody was like in traffic or something stupid.
Yeah,
It was
who
one
the
of your
fuck was
guy
that?
friends.
Yeah, was it? Oh,
You're like, dude, listen to the fucking show. We're not even talking about that.
you know, I want to say it was G Motors.
It was that who it was?
I think. And he was with his buddy Nick, and they were just talking
Yeah,
about
they're all-
dumb shit.
Yeah, being stupid.
Yeah, and I'm like, guys, might help to listen. Now he actually listens to the show.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, there was a time. You're right. Well, you know who else used to be bad? Was Mac Metro. He used to call in, and he would just be out riding around. Hey, man. I'd be like, hey, dude, so what do you think about... Well, I wasn't listening, but hey, I just want to call in and say, man...
Or Colin taking a bath.
well, actually, that night he was listening when he was taking the bath.
That's true.
So, but yeah, he called us one night and he was in the bathtub.
Oh, how sweet. By himself or with somebody else?
Oh no, he was by himself, but
I
he was
think.
very descriptive about. Oh, you know, my muscles just ache really bad from the big workout I had.
Was he trying to pick up some
He was
chick or
picking up.
something?
He was picking up bunny rabbit, is what he was picking up.
Oh.
We don't know that for sure.
No, well, okay. I mean, we can assume it was never explicit, but I am pretty sure that that's what was going on.
It was pretty funny.
So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Just it's crazy, But I guess the bottom line is, hey, I do the show for me. I mean, if you enjoy it, fine. That's great. That's awesome. But
don't call in because he doesn't want the comments.
Call in or I'll bite your head off. No, you know what? I don't want to scare people, but at the same time, it's just like, have some relevant shit to say. Don't just.
I did 3 times. Well, yeah. I just had to fuck with you really bad when you were doing the psychic thing.
Well, there was something though. We had jumped onto something else, and you called back in, and it was about something, and I was like, okay.
Oh, it was something about relationships and dishonesty or distrust or something like that, and I didn't agree with it.
Oh no, we were saying that like you can't really find. Well, I will maintain. This is. I don't know how much time we got left. I may save this for the next segment.
Like 12 minutes.
12 minutes or so?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, do I want to get into this? Because there is something that I do want to talk about.
Remember, Yoda will be here at 8 too.
Master Yoda. He's I always like because he gives me a different perspective.
Yeah.
It may not be something I agree with, but it's, a different perspective
it'll
nonetheless.
Get you thinking.
Yeah, well, that's it. He always stimulates you mentally, Nah, don't get the wrong fucking idea here. He already had the one guy hitting on him at the fucking gay club and shit. But, by the way, since Jerkman's not here tonight, that means I get to fart in the studio.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my thing.
That's the reason the fan is blowing your way.
That's okay.
And I'm
that's
close
also why
to the
he's
door.
Sitting alone.
That's okay. I don't mind. So, but what was I going to say? God damn it. Now see.
Your SMJ?
You're going to bring up this topic.
Oh, the topic. All right, we'll go into it now since we got time. All right, so remember I told you guys, well, I don't know if you know Cockatiel. I'll bring you up to speed a little bit. There's a driver, an ITN driver, who I guess he got on one of these dating sites and met a chick. This is a couple months ago. And he was all happy about her, and things were going great, and they were really hitting it off really good. And although one night he had her on the phone, and she was on speakerphone, and she was real bitchy towards him. Matter of fact, because he said something, he was like, I got you on speakerphone, babe. And she was like, well, take me off speakerphone. I don't want Shadow Man listening to what I'm saying.
Whoa.
And I was like, who the fuck?
Who's Shadow Man?
Yeah, that's what I said. And I was like, what does she mean by Shadow Man?
I can understand sometimes it's obnoxious being on speakerphone.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't like it
and sometimes
either,
you get that reverb back, or sometimes you get that echoey feeling, and I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But I mean,
when you're driving, people need to understand you have to be on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. And I was actually a passenger, but when she said Shadow Man, I guess she meant like the dude behind him, like the passenger.
Like his shadow?
Yeah, his shadow, exactly. Like I'm behind him, I'm following him.
Oh.
So yeah, she called me Shadow Man and whatever.
Interesting. That's a cool name.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool too.
Wow.
So
random.
You got honors.
Yeah, but her whole demeanor was kind of bitchy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I didn't have a high opinion of her. I didn't know her well or anything, but just based on that little interaction that I saw, I'm like, well, damn, she seems kind of like a bitch. But he was majorly into her, and he was telling me that they were seeing more and more of each other and spending more time together, and everything was going great. Well, then, just as any fucking date site relationship would have it, I guess now, remember I was telling you guys on Friday that they were having problems, and he was actually very worried because they had an argument, and then he's been trying to smooth it over ever since, and she doesn't want to talk about it, and blah, 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 and has kind of been avoiding it. And finally he's like, look, what's going on, and can't we just talk about this? And she's like, I don't want to talk about negative stuff, and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
It just seemed like any old bullshit she was trying to blow off. And remember I was saying that, the whole thing of, obviously if somebody doesn't hold themselves in as high regard as you do, then you should probably tell them to fuck off. Because it's true. Because, I mean, he was reading the text to me, and his stuff was all, oh, darling, I love you so much. You're such a great woman. I'm glad I've got you in my life, And her shit back was, oh, thank you. Just really kind of lame, open-ended shit.
Yeah, but none of the same regard in return.
Right. She wasn't reciprocating, and I still maintain my theory that if somebody's doing that, they're doing it partially because they're trying to fish for, compliments for themselves. So, obviously, he's hoping that she would say it back to him because he feels that he deserves that too, which, I guess he does, I don't know, but, well, I mean, I would assume he would, deserve
Yeah,
it.
but he's not getting it back.
He's
from
not
her.
getting it back. Yeah. Well, I guess last night when he picked me up to bring me here, he said they're still having issues and things aren't good and it's kind of rocky and he doesn't know where things are going. And, he's texted her and she's not really texting back much. And,
Do
she's.
they live together?
No, not
Okay.
yet, but I'm sure that was coming sooner or later.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
No, in my opinion, he fell too fast, too hard. And the
No,
other
she's
thing
getting
is,
distant.
and now she's getting distant.
Right.
And what better way to push a person away is to be a bitch.
Well, yeah.
You're like, fuck, if I'm an ass to him, he'll just go ahead and leave.
Yeah, like he
Or
won't take so
her.
much of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some people want that love so bad that they're willing to
Yeah.
do whatever it takes, even
That's
though
the
it's
problem.
the wrong kind of
Overlook
type
the
of attention.
bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the problem. Like I said, this is my whole issue with those dating sites is they're full of broken people. The whole reason people get on dating sites is because they're broken. Here's what they do.
Thanks. I'm not broken.
Well, here's what I was broken when I got on one. I'll be honest. I'm speaking from experience.
Nah, I wasn't broken when I was on it.
But most people
Okay.
that get on it,
you're not gonna
most people.
be in that boat with you.
Yeah,
You can be in that most people boat.
I was the most people.
Okay.
And basically what happens when you're most people, you just broke up with someone. So what's your first thought? Uh-oh, I broke up with someone. Better get back on that dating site. And it's like, well, better. First of all, like, what? It's mandatory? Like, if you don't, what's the worst that's going to happen? Oh, you're not going to be with
How
somebody
dare
for a
you
while?
be single?
Yeah, exactly. Like, ooh, I'm not going to be with somebody for a while. That's just like the worst fucking, that's
Yeah.
a penalty worse
I need
than
to go
death.
get laid.
Men really thought it was strange because I was single for such a long time.
When did you finally decide to get on a dating site, Cockatiel? How long did it take you, would you say?
Trying to think. 2008? No, it had to be 2006
Okay.
because that's when I met.
What you
Tess.
meant to testosterone?
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's see. Because you didn't date anybody after me, did you? Mm-mm. So, yeah, you were
You
single.
two dated?
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Oh.
Like 10 years
Like
ago.
he was in his 20s.
Yeah, I was like 28 or something.
and I was in my 30s.
So, which is funny now looking back at that, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I put up with a lot. I did.
I can imagine.
For him
Hey.
being in his 20s.
I put up a lot from you too, though.
Was that during your B6 stuff?
Yeah, towards the end, towards
Nice.
the tail end of it. So, but I was always good to you, though. I don't think I ever treated you badly.
Aw.
Just make sure
I was
you
good,
feed
right?
him.
Yeah, okay.
Did we have a good time?
Yeah, I think I was good, wasn't I?
Just make sure you just feed him. I tell you what, he will
Yes,
scream
Max,
and yell.
you were wonderful.
And he will rip you. No, actually, that side of him is very ugly, and I've seen that side of him. And he pulled this one off, I think 6 months ago. You were something about some girl.
A girl?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. And I heard that tone. I was like, oh, here it comes.
Oh, you know what I was talking about?
I know that tone.
I was talking about Koala. Remember when I said she didn't, write me back about Richard's funeral or any of that
Uh-huh.
shit? Well, that's pretty major. Come on, man. It's pretty shitty when you know somebody and you refuse to respond.
Oh, it came from the depths of his freaking stomach when he was when I heard that tone. I was like,
Oh, shit.
oh
Give you
no, flashbacks.
Was I ever really that mean to you?
You're mean. You are downright nasty mean. I mean,
Wow.
yes, you did have a point, but I didn't know that if you didn't eat, that you turned into some sort of green monster. Or else I would have just said, you know
You
what?
hulked
Hey,
out.
I'm running late. Go have a snack.
You did. That's what's fucked up. You did say that. And I said, no, I'll wait for you. I'm trying to be the good guy and shit. And
And then it backfired.
then it totally backfired.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That
Well,
was,
shit happens.
yeah, that was then. Now you're right. I probably would have eaten a snack or something or done something to, maybe just type myself over. Because
Now you know better.
Hey, man. I was like, ugh.
Because it happened to you yesterday.
Yeah. That's why when I told you that story, I was like, I know you'll appreciate this one.
I knew exactly what I was going through.
So, but getting back to this guy, but no, normally people who get on dating sites, as a rule, are broken because
or they want to play games.
Well, but that's
I
it.
found that out a lot too.
They're broken. They want to play games because they're broken. They're not ready for a real relationship. They think they are.
No, they live in the fantasy land of thinking that they're going to find like Mr. Perfect and wonderful and blah blah blah. When really,
that could be in the same boat as the broken people he's talking about.
Yeah, that's pretty broken too. Because
no,
obviously,
it's living in a freaking fantasy land.
Well, there you go.
You're not going to
fantasies start
find
from that.
Mr. Perfect and Mr. Wonderful. You might as well go get the Play-Doh and go blow up a doll.
Well, there you go. But that's the thing. That they'll do this thing of, I just broke up with this person, so I better get on a dating site because I'll find someone there.
Stupid, yeah,
just as good as me.
Yeah, because they did that. They did that to my cousin when she, when she broke up with her boyfriend. My other cousins, her sisters thought it'd be great
to put her on a dating site.
She's in her they're in their early 20s, so they think this way. You need to go have sex. So we're gonna go ahead and post it out there on Craigslist, saying that you're looking, that you want to get laid because it make you feel better. I was like, you guys are so stupid and immature.
That's what every heartbroken person needs,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Well, that's it. Everybody thinks that's gonna fix everything, And I'll get laid. Even my brother was telling me, when I broke up with somebody, hey man, dude, I'll tell you what's gonna fix that. You just go get laid, man. You'll be great.
From some with no emotions involved whatsoever. Yeah, so that's really gonna make you feel better.
Yeah, obviously, and I learned that too. I'm like, this sucks. This is, and then on top of it, then you have to play this game because then they get hooked on you, and you're like, oh fuck, man, I don't really want to be with this person. I don't really want to be around this person. So then you're just going, oh fuck.
And people are just fishing for, when they go on those dating sites too, they're just fishing for compliments. So
they need strokes because they're broken. They're broken. They're fucked up on there. I'm telling you. And you either get one or two people. You either get those people that are just so longing for love, like what's his name? That's what he was doing.
That's what he's hoping for.
Yep. And then you get the other ones who don't want anything serious. And as soon as they see it getting serious, they go, oh shit.
Yeah.
And actually, funny enough,
that happened to you too.
I was a bit of a combo of both. Yeah, because at first you had, I want love. But then I start meeting these chicks that really weren't fitting my criteria.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, bitch, I don't want you anymore. You know what I'm going to do?
I'm trying to back out.
I'm not going to call you anymore. That's what I'm not going to do, So basically, yeah, those things are full of broken people, and it's really not a good place. If you want to just get laid and have fun and have sex, I'm not knocking that. If that's what you want to do, then get on there. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking for something real, you're not going to find it on a dating site.
Yeah, well, yeah,
unless you
can.
Go to Christian Mingle.
No. I think even those are worse.
Yeah, those are probably worse. It's like going to Mormon, Mormonsingle.com.
I bet you those places
Singles ward.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
All those people think that they're virgins and they're not.
Yeah, or they talk like they're, oh, yeah, man, I'm a virgin. I prefer to wait till, or they do this.
Don't.
That, or they will get married real fast. And then just so they can fuck, but then they realize, oh shit, this is marriage. This is like real.
Yeah.
It's a commitment. I mean, I have to like.
But by then they got like 5 kids.
I know.
Well, there you go. They fuck so much, then they start getting bored with each other, of course, because that's all they wanted was just to get laid.
But that's all they know.
Yeah.
Too. But on the dating sites, I mean, it's just basically it's just 1% of that population out there that actually are serious about looking.
Well, that's it.
And meeting people, and it's just unfortunately that the other 99% is not.
Yeah.
And
I would say if you're looking for anything real, don't get on the dating site. Wait for it, man. What's so wrong with waiting for something good?
Because when you get into people our age, that's in our 30s and 40s, 50s and 60s, it gets kind of hard because you don't go to the bars anymore and hang out and drink and meet people. You don't go. Your friends become less and less.
Yeah.
You hang out with family more and more, and the only way you're going to meet somebody is maybe by chance that you'll meet somebody maybe at work, and who wants to date somebody while they're at work? That's gross.
Well, I think it's just you got to wait for it to come along.
Well, yeah, but you got to kind of put your feelers kind of everywhere.
Yeah, I think that too. I think you need to put yourself in the situation where, something could happen.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ways to do it, I guess. But how about we
go to break? All right, we'll go back to this in a minute.
Okay.
What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic light, you already know. Get him, Jay!
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. That's back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. I love you. You are my girl. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Answer me this. When did having a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually I'm joking and having fun and laughing. But in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy, then content, and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement. Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google Cheesy Leezy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my face? Wanna hear on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great, just what I've always wanted, my own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a GAC, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really hurts me.
Yeah?
Hold on.
Hello?
Oh, yes, bitches. What
Sorry,
fucking irks
sorry.
me. We got somebody on the phone, it looks like. Who we got on here? I'll turn them down. I'll turn that music.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Okay.
Hello, it's me.
No, whoever it is. Hello? Nope.
Is anyone there?
Nobody's there. All right. Love that. They made us run back in here to answer the damn phone.
I know.
And then they hang out. Must have dropped them.
It's probably Jerkman saying it's time for you guys to get back in your seat, quit smoking.
You know what? It might be.
Well, you think he would
I was
text?
only kidding.
Oh, actually, I think it would. I think that is his number.
Oh,
I think
he
it was.
was.
I think it was him.
He was like, those fuckers are probably outside smoking cigarettes.
Maybe he hung up or something. I don't know. Well, remember he had one time where it was dropping him?
Yeah.
Because he's out there in Jimberlin and fucking the reception sucks. So, all right, let me tell you what this chick said. I didn't even get to that part. So, when he picked me up last night, he says, okay, well, I finally had a chance to talk to her. And, you know, it's sad because you can see all the emotions that he's going through are
Yeah,
things
poor guy.
that we've all gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yeah, we talked, and I totally see where she's coming from. And I'm like, okay, don't fool yourself, bro, because you're not happy about this shit.
Aw.
And so he's going, well, you know, of course I never told him that, but I you know, it's basically in so many words. So I said, well, what's the deal? And he said, well, she's got an issue with my financial setup. And I said, well, what do you mean, man?
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean?
And so I guess he said that
Love doesn't come with a number.
she got it. Well, that's what I'm saying. And well, apparently she got worried because there were a lot of bill collectors calling for him.
How does she know that?
Apparently she must have heard.
Probably checks his phone. Come on.
Oh, that could be. Or maybe he just said, oh, it was a bill collector.
Oh,
You know?
he should have never told her that. You know, when you first meet people, you should never be an open
Like
book.
give all your all your
I mean,
info. But you know what
regardless.
sucks is when you love somebody, you want to be 100% honest with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so
but you kind of put your feelers out to see if they feel the same way before you lay all the cards on the table.
Well,
but he's already at this point.
Well, this is what she said to him too. She goes, well, I just don't want a financial burden. Is what she referred to him.
Wow.
And yeah, I know, huh? Isn't that some like, oh, you bitch. So then she said, she goes, and you don't even have a retirement account and all this other
my
stuff. And what do you
God.
have? Well, you know what that sounds like to me, folks?
You know what she's after.
Yeah, exactly. It
She's
sounds
digging.
like she's looking for some gold and for some dude.
I mean, I can understand she's trying to find some security that she doesn't want to turn around because she may have been in a position that I have been in the past.
Right.
Where you turn around and you're supporting the male for so long that you don't want to be put in that position again of falling in love with a man.
It doesn't seem like this is that case.
Yeah, the dude has a job. He has his daughter. He's hanging on.
But it kind of, well, if he's got a daughter, he's obviously not a loser because he's got a child to take care of.
Right, exactly.
So if he can take care of his daughter and himself.
Yeah, he's been doing it way before she came along.
It's going to be bill collectors because I don't know anybody who can,
keep everything paid.
Keep up with the Joneses in so many words.
Since all she's worried about is,
well, that job
keeps bringing that up.
Well, that's it. And the job he's working only pays at like $10 an hour. But fuck all that. You went out with the dude, you fucked the guy, and now all of a sudden you have a problem with it.
If you care about someone, all of a sudden all their burdens become yours.
Well, no,
exactly.
Like testosterone when we first met. My number one thing was to make sure that he had a good credit score. Unfortunately, I hate to say that because he's a divorcee. So I wanted to make sure that before I went any further with him, that I wasn't going to be financially responsible for anything that he accumulated before our marriage.
Okay.
So if he had a bad credit score, then you would have started acting like a bitch to him or something?
Yeah, what would you have done?
Oh, no.
What would you have done at that point? Because
because I pulled
at this point you've grown to love the guy, right?
No, at that point I wasn't really, because we dated for 6 months. And no, we dated for 2 months, and then we became one-on-one 4 months later, and then 6 months after that, he moved in with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as soon as he moved in with me, we start. You talk about those things as the relationship progresses, not in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're pretty much going to find out if he's a tightwad or if he's an asshole. I mean, usually they show their true colors. 2 months later.
Yeah. That's what the whole dating period is for.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and also I told him, I said, let's see what happens when you get past the honeymoon stage. There's always that honeymoon stage. And if you can get past that honeymoon stage, you're doing pretty damn good. So when he moved in with me, we went ahead and we pulled his credit report, and I looked at it, and we're fixing on it. We're working on it.
But you're doing it together.
But we're doing it together because sometimes people just don't know how to fix their credit.
All right. So you discussed this with him.
That's the way that it should be.
Because that's what a relationship's about. You have to have that open communication. Because if you start lying, or if you start picking at, because when I met him, he had a really
the other
good
person apart.
Yeah, he had a really good job. He was making really good money. Now he's not making, the great money, but he's still making something, and I'm not up his butt about he needs to make more money. Right. We just live within our means.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's it. I mean, this person now all of a sudden went from, they slam the brakes on when the car's going 60. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, everything's fine and dandy until all of a sudden there's bill collectors. But for her not to have the compassion of him having a child, you tell me what parent is not in debt because of their children.
Well, yeah, that's it. Especially a single dad. He's got full custody of the kid. And, he works a $10 an hour job. He's trying. What can you do, man? I mean.
Is she one of those people where her happiness depends on how much money's in her pocket?
Exactly. What's in his wallet?
Then he tried to kind of rationalize. He goes, well, but her ex, basically when he died.
She had such a bad experience.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Then all of a sudden.
But that's different. They were married. When they're married, you have consumed their debt. And that brings me back to the point with testosterone and his ex-wife. He and her were together, and they consumed debt together.
Right.
So when I marry him, I consume his debt with him.
Right. You suck into it, so you're part of it too.
So I mean, but he wasn't asking her to marry her. You see what I'm saying? Your little friend here. He just wants a relationship and see where it goes.
Right.
I don't understand. He wasn't on hand and knee or whatever you call it with a ring in his hand saying, move with me tomorrow.
Well, and the thing is here, too.
So I can understand her valid point.
Right.
But as long as they are not together, none of that debt is hers.
Right.
Yeah, they're not even living together yet.
Well, it sounds
it doesn't even matter if they were living together.
To me, it sounds like she's bitching about everything. So to me, it just sounds like she's ready.
Drop her.
She's ready to break up. That's what it is.
He needs to break up with her, and then that way she will turn around and
appreciate what she had.
Yeah, have a realization of like, oh wow, I guess my
I'll tell you what, man.
plan didn't work.
she's not going to find too many great. I mean, if she thinks there's a better man out there, not saying that he's the greatest in the world, but
she's not, because you know what? Because that's what relationships about. There's going to be the high times and the low times.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what.
And I'm sorry, there's more low times than there are hard times. Go ahead. Sorry.
You know, there's also more fucked up guys too, and you know that.
Yes, I do.
You know, so obviously, you know, okay, this guy may have some financial issues, but at least he's taking care of his.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to find a lot of guys that are just complete pieces of shit.
But it's just not men, too. Women are the same way.
Where
Well,
else
there's
is
women
she
like
going to
that, too.
find some guy that actually cares about her like this guy seems to?
Well, that's it. That's it. He really seems to, like, he wants
Yeah.
to take, you know, like he's going to step up to the plate.
I just think she's just looking for excuses, and
That's
I
what it
just
sounds
think that she's just trying to push him off.
Yeah, because it's been everything
Because that's what I was
from-
kind of hoping with you and Shell when she was starting to be a bitch to you, and you just didn't get the hint 6 years later.
Well, you know, it took well, you know, it's that
But he can
codependent.
see it in someone else and recognize it.
Yeah, I mean, Maxwell's a prime example of a codependent relationship.
That was a codependent relationship.
I mean, Shell was a monsterly beast, and he continually, you know, fucked with him all the time, and he just never did it. Because when him and I were dating, I promoted him to date other women. I wanted him to.
See,
He was
it's your
young.
fault now.
Huh?
It's your fault now.
It's not my fault.
You pushed me on
I feel
her.
bad.
You know, see, that
because
was-
I didn't think you were going to be together for 6 years.
Well, you know
I
what?
do feel bad about that.
It was one of those things that I was like, okay, you're pushing me on her. Everybody's pushing me on her. So you know what? Fuck it. And then
Nobody wasn't pushing you on her.
I'm a bird, I gotta
wanted
fly.
No, because you were 28 years old. I don't know. I think were you 28
I
or
was 20
26?
well, I was 28. I was 28.
Okay, so
you were of some age.
Yeah, I mean, you're 28 years old. You really need to date, and I'm not saying go out and sow your
Expand
oats.
your horizons.
But you need to go out, as I always say, test 31 flavors before you make a decision of staying with somebody for 6 years.
Yeah.
Especially somebody like that.
Well, that's it. But sometimes you need that experience to understand what a real because I had never had a long-term relationship. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Well, no,
You know?
don't take that as an example, please.
Well, but then again, it kind of is. I mean, there were
now you know that what
There were good and
emotional
bad.
abuse is.
There were that's it. There was good and bad times, and now it had to happen for a reason.
Yeah.
That thing. So there was a lesson I needed to learn at some point during that. So
And you did.
I got it
'cause now
now.
yeah, and then you got the lucky chance of falling all in love again, a real kind of love.
Yeah, and then that kicked me in the nuts.
And yeah, I know, but you know what? But we all have to sometimes, you know, take that leap of faith to go ahead and see where it's going to go.
Well, that's it. And you know, just wait.
And kind of tuck that heart
Everything's a
underneath
learning
your sleeve.
experience.
Yeah, well, that's it. Just wait for shit. That's it. I'm not out there chasing shit and trying to be.
I mean, even
oh my god, I have somebody in my life.
yeah, but
romantic,
even
then,
like
you know.
the you know like some of the girls that you've seen in the last I don't know month.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can say is just you and I have talked about it several times, and you've got one that's really meshing really well, and it's just flowing quite well. And then you got another one that is all in your face and telling you one thing, but you're feeling another.
All up in your face.
Or either that or just, you know, they want something else. But see, that's the thing. You got to be honest, man. You tell what's really on your mind. You know what I mean? Because you're right. That person is not being 100% honest, not just with me, but with themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't be honest with yourself, how do you expect somebody to be honest with you? This is what I used to tell Shell all the fucking time. You know, she could never be honest with herself. So how did she expect me to be honest with her? You know what I mean? So, and that's kind of how this other one is. It's, you know, the same.
So what's he going to do?
Well, I said, dude, I really suggest, you know, I don't think he wants to hear break. I think he was on the verge of tears last night, honestly, when he was taking me home.
He really cares.
Well, yeah, he was. I mean, there were times where, like, we'd be talking and he would stop.
Get all choked up.
Yeah, I think for a long time. I mean, his voice never broke,
Yeah.
but I think he was getting, if I could see him, I'm sure he would have gotten teary-eyed. So
The torturous part, to just tell him the first hardest part of
the breakup is doing it.
is doing it. Yeah, one. This first 72 hours is always the hardest part.
Well,
because then after that, it's just like any addiction.
Right.
I mean, as you just have to take it hour
Gotta
by
get
hour.
through those withdrawals.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And sometimes it takes longer for some people. Sometimes it takes all their life, and you know they're 6 feet under because they just never got it.
They couldn't fight the addiction.
They couldn't fight the addiction. But heartbreak. But it's just that he has to understand that in the grand scheme of things, This is just a minuscule of his life.
Oh,
Plus,
totally.
It'd be better to do it now at this point in the relationship than let it go along further.
Yeah.
When,
really
something else could happen. Maybe she gets pregnant. You never know.
Right, all kinds of bad shit.
So.
10 months, or you find out she was cheating the whole time.
Yeah.
There's okay, because all of a sudden for her to go, from
One
hot to cold,
extreme. Yeah.
it's like, okay, there's something up here. You don't want to know what it is. Just get the hell out of there, man.
Because
especially if you care about it.
She's probably one of those people, which I'm pretty much so. My intuition is saying that the grass, the grass, the grass is greener on the other side, and she probably ended up meeting somebody.
Yeah,
that the grass is greener, but you know what? A lot of times that grass is not greener.
It's grease on the other side.
It's astroturf, as Jerkman says.
But she's in that first honeymoon stage with this second man that she's with, just like she went through with him.
Yep.
No wonder everything was puppy dogs and lollipops and rainbows.
And bunny rabbits.
Then shit started getting real.
Yep.
And she's just like, oh, I'm not liking this anymore. So
not
go on.
now.
And there are actually, they did a study that there are actually people who are junkies off of that.
Really?
That they get the thrill of that first meeting of that honeymoon stage, and then once they're done, they drop them like but they call it the fear of commitment.
Yeah.
There's a word for it.
Well, I'm sure there's people.
Commitment phobia.
I'm sure those dating sites are full of them. Commitment phobia.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. But I know what you're saying, though. They're afraid of commitment, or afraid of, something.
Because they don't want the feeling to go away.
Right. So they want to keep that good feeling all the time.
But life is not like that.
Wow. That's
Freaking
crazy.
go smoke another LSD cigarette. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so that's what he's going through, man. But I just told him, I just said, you know what, man? I said, I think you ought to back off with the phone calls, back off with the texting.
Yeah, because the more he gets obsessive with her, the more it's going to get. Yeah, it's worse it's going to get.
Yep, just break it off. Just, plan for it to be over, and just be like, sorry, But he doesn't want to do that. He said, I miss her. I love her. And I'm like, okay. But again, I think it's part of it is just, you're in love with somebody that, I don't know how. Sometimes people, they mistake love for infatuation. Exactly. So here it is. You met somebody. You seem to be hitting it off good with them. You like the person for the most part, so you think it's love, but really it's just kind of some bullshit.
But the thing is that what should have pissed him off, and it would have pissed me off, is how dare you judge me by my budget?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Hearing that myself was making me go, oh, this bitch.
Definitely.
So she's just thinking about herself. That's all it is. She wants someone to take care of her. And I was telling him that, but he was kind of like,
get all cozy and comfy with a retirement fund.
Yeah. Hey, I want a guy who I can live off his retirement fund and go shopping and go on vacations by myself with other niggas.
Yeah, because California just changed their law about 2 years ago that people who are married and with the 401ks and the pensions and the houses and so on and so forth, that they actually have to be together for 10 years before they get 50% of anything.
Before you get anything,
That's
huh?
funny. Yep.
Oh, that's going to eliminate a lot of shit
Right.
here.
Yep. So that eliminates a lot of people getting married, saying, oh, 6 months later, I want a divorce, so they get 50%.
And there are those people too that just jump from marriage to marriage. I mean, how many times?
Anna Nicole Smith.
Or that other lady, remember that I hired for a while? You remember that cockatiel?
Yeah.
Remember it was like her 5th marriage or whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah.
That was some insane shit. And you're just like, man.
But some women are like that. And some men are like that too, that they just can't be alone.
Well, that's it. Yeah, they're in love with being in love.
Mhm.
And that's almost what I wonder with this guy. Is he just in love with being in love?
Mhm.
So does he like the fact that, I have somebody there, I really don't care who they are, but it's a person and they're showing me interest and that's all I need.
As long as it's someone that I can call on every break and text that I love them and,
Yep, pretty much.
just having that person regardless of who it is, really.
But it sounds like she's just gotten sick of him or found something new. Or
How long have they been together?
Not long at all. It's been, let's see, June now? And I would say March or April they got together.
Oh, this is short. Yeah, the honeymoon stage is over.
Yeah, this is new.
For her.
Yeah.
Well, you can keep that engine running for a while if you really,
I think the longest I've ever seen anybody, know anybody of the honeymoon stage is probably 6 months.
See, with me and Koala, but I think that part of it was because she lived in another state.
Oh, yeah, big difference.
So that could have played a part in that too.
Because you always brought up that honeymoon stage because you guys didn't see each other on a daily basis.
Exactly. So in a way, it sort of preserved things, I think.
Yeah.
But the inevitable eventually happened.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, well, that was the end of that. Although now looking back at that, though, it kind of needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that because let's face it, am I gonna move? Fuck no. Do I want kids? Fuck no. So it was a lot of shit that I wouldn't be comfortable doing. So,
yeah, but you were willing to do it, except for the moving part.
Well, I thought, the thought of it sounded good, but when it came down to it.
Yeah, but the kid part was almost a realization for you because.
It was a wake-up call, is what it was. A lot of it
but
was
that's
a
what
call.
you're willing to do for love. That's what love is. You're willing to sacrifice just to make somebody else. Happy. Well, it's just like testosterone because I can't have children.
Right.
Which is, we'll just foster because he really wants to have children.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So you're not really big on it, but he is.
Yeah, but I support him and I'll be there for him and I'll be there for the child.
If you love the person, you'll make it work.
Yeah. That's just what it is. And and a lot of times people think that that being with somebody that you have to be in love but you know what it comes down to is that you have to find a commonality, communication, friendship, walk together, not walk ahead of each other, or walk behind each other. You just have to walk together in life and that's what relationships are about. I mean, it's nice to be like, oh, we're so in love and
right.
Well, the reality of the situation, that's fine in the first 6 months, but after that, stuff starts getting real. Car payments are due. You gotta go back to work.
That's right. You can't just live a fantasy life forever, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, well, that's. So I guess with certain people, it's just kind of weird, though. It like I said, in this guy's case, I think, she's either found someone or just realized she doesn't like him as much as he likes her.
I think she found somebody.
That's what it's sounding like. Because she's really looking for any reason to be, nitpicky.
If she really did have the same feelings back as him, she would at least tell him, and she would act like it instead of,
grow up.
Anything that happens, just bitching about it instead of being willing to, work it out with them.
Right. Well, I've had that a lot with people, where instead of talking about it, they don't want to talk about it. They want to avoid it and fight with it, and you're just like, okay.
But they'll go and bitch about it to all their friends.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. So.
Well, because I never realized I was codependent until I went to a codependency meeting.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm codependent.
Well, what's crazy?
It only took one meeting.
Now here's the thing.
And I was single for 10 years.
Now here's the deal. You got on me for something I did when we dated. Here's something I thought you did when we dated. Is you never wanted to approach anything. As far as like, if we had a problem, you did not want to talk about it.
Yeah, because I don't like having problems.
Well, but hey,
like
guess what?
Car
payments too.
But what I'm saying
is problems, just issues and things.
But sometimes you kind of pick and choose, and sometimes when you bring up some issues, they're not that big in the grand scheme of things. That's why I always tell testosterone when he wants to discuss something, I'll listen and I'll be like, in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? How big is this problem? Is it really going to impact your life?
So it was how you felt about the relevance to the problem rather than like dealing with the confrontation part or something.
But you know what? Obviously, that other person felt it was relevant. So how do you bring that down and say, okay,
have him really think about it, because sometimes you're going off a raw emotion.
Right.
When you want to discuss things, or you thought you heard something, or you thought you saw something, or
we had a dream about something.
Yeah, or I'm psychic and I know your password and I know you're talking to other women.
Yeah, and I know you're talking on MySpace to other chicks. That kind of shit. Well, then there was when her and I were in a relationship, there were times where I wish she would have dropped shit, Shell, and she didn't. She just drove it to,
Some women are like that.
Yeah.
Some people, I think
they live off of conflict.
But I think the person who's in love is always going to be the one who's like, but I want to, and the other person who's not as in love, is going to be like, nah, I don't want to deal with this shit. Really, is this that important to you? Yeah. But maybe you just got to come out and tell people that, hey, I don't think this is important. I think this is kind of bullshit, actually.
Well, yeah.
It's the being honest thing.
Yeah, and that's what I do with him. He'll come home and he'll be upset or pissed off about something, and I'll listen to it and I'll be like, okay, and this affects you how?
Well, you guys, I got to be honest with you. We're going to break.
All right, we'll be right back, bitches.
Jimmy Black.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. That's back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul.
I love you. You are my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Answer me this. When did happen a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and Mob Rules. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and
Hello,
iTunes.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually I'm joking and having fun and laughing. But in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy, then content, and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement. Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google cheesy leasy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hear on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great, just what I've always wanted. My own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes ain't your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun, my toleration is none. Fucking Buster and I bitch up.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters, so turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts, that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer
Fuck that guy.
and DJ Jerkman,
Yes, fuck that guy too.
only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really irks me.
STIM Radio. STIM Radio.
Okay, fuckers. Here we are, segment 2, segment 3, hour 2 of the shit that fucking irks me. And Jerkman was so nice to come and join us.
And get us sick.
Yeah, and blow his,
That's what I'm hearing for.
Blow his
blow his
snot.
AIDS all over everybody.
It's not exactly AIDS. It's I don't know what
Exactly.
it is.
It's
Yeah, not
HIV.
exactly. I mean, it's some kind of new mutated thing, but it's not AIDS.
That's cool, man.
It's something you gave me, you damn bastard.
Yeah, damn right. Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Now, I got an SMJ. Actually, I've got 2 SMJs, but one, Cockatiel had an interesting point. And so we're going to
Oh,
get
he's
into
looking at me. He's
Yeah.
like, what? She had an interesting point?
That's
What do you mean?
interesting.
Yeah, oh,
She
yeah.
never has an
There we
interesting
go.
point.
Go
Go ahead.
Go rock it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ha.
Yeah. Want to join with me here?
Giggity.
Here we go. Ha. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from danger.
His eyes are no
Gotta
good.
save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers.
You can see he's lying to us.
Okay, now here we go. So I was telling Cockatiel about your nephew. And
My nephew.
yeah, you know, yeah,
Oh, it's
just
still
turn it
running
down.
there.
Yeah, she's just got to turn it
Oh,
over.
it's hers. Okay.
And so basically, you know how he doesn't conceptualize that I don't see?
Right, and he's always showing you stuff.
Right, and he does knuckles, you know, and or like yesterday, remember he was holding his game up in my face?
Hey, Max.
Hey, man.
I'm like, he can't see that.
Yeah, and it'll just be, hey,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
He was showing you his calculator, his pens, and his
game.
erasers or something.
Yeah, he was showing me a bunch of shit.
Something cool.
And
Cool
so,
stuff.
but here's the thing: we've realized that it does no good to tell him that I can't see,
Because we tell him every time, and he every time holds the stuff up for him to look at.
and still continues to do it.
Yeah.
So we figured, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just play along like I can see,
Right.
and we won't tell him anything. We'll just be like, "Oh yeah, cool, dude. Yeah, man. Oh, well, that looks good." So when I told Cockatiel, she goes, "So you SMJ'd him?" And
wait a minute, you did kind of.
Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying. She's got a good point.
Yes,
however, here would be my counteraction to that point.
You actually have a counteraction.
I do have a counteraction. You understand? I'm mentally competent. So when
says you,
so it says well, obviously I can hold a job, I can live on my own. So says
Right.
the fucking says my life. But in his case,
right,
he is a little obviously mentally.
But an SMJ is an SMJ. It doesn't matter. I mean, because
I agree.
what you're simply stating is because you've only lost sight that you can complete jobs and stuff. So that doesn't make you.
I don't know that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That doesn't mean just because someone may not have the cognitibility, things going on there, doesn't mean that they should get SMJ'd. I just think that you're wrong there.
You know what? And there was a second component to her thing too.
There was. I'm gonna cough your way next time.
And that's okay. I've already gotten it. So
I know you get.
So I won't get shit. So anyway, no. The other thing that she said is, well, the people you make fun of when you do your SMJs, they don't have the level of comprehension. So how come you make fun of them?
Yeah, because they may not have the level of comprehensions that you have of saying, well, I'm completely capable of walking across the street by myself. I don't need you to get out of your car and go ahead and walk me across the street. Because they're thinking the same thing as you thought, saying, well, he doesn't know that I'm blind. We've told him several times that I'm blind, and he's just not conceptualizing it. So that's what the people is when they get out of their car to help you. They're not conceptualizing that you may have more than one disability, or you made that maybe your disability of being blind. Well, you see, it's an SMJ either way.
You were totally right, because no matter what, you cannot see. So that gives me the right, no matter what, he cannot conceptualize what we're saying. So you can't see. You're never going to see. He's never going to be able to conceptualize. So it's okay for you to not be able to see. So if I go out and say every time, hey, you're blind, you can't see that. Fuck you. I can say this. So that gives us the right? Because you're saying for him it does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
So
I'm here to spin for
This
you.
is a good one.
Okay, so
I thought I was going to get pounded.
By me?
Yeah.
No, I'm on your
wait, and I was like,
side.
oh crap, I'm going to get pounded tonight.
no, I mean, I guess that's one way of looking at it. It's just, I mean, how
you can't look. You're blind.
Eventually, you can't teach everybody that him not conceptualizing that you can't see. Where am I going to go with this?
Yeah.
So in other words, the fact that I give him an allowance, but I don't give other. Well, you know what? Though other sighted people.
But you don't know that.
Well, no, you're not even giving him an allowance. What I'm simply stating is that you think everybody needs to give you an allowance, and you can tell them that they're SMJing you because you're never going to see. So because the fact that you can't see, they need to realize that and not do that to you. But on the other hand, you're saying he can't realize that he's never going to conceptualize that you can't see, so therefore he's able to take SMJs and it's acceptable.
But but you know what though? We've seen evidence of that though.
But it doesn't
Have
matter.
we not?
But we have evidence you're blind. You're never going to see. So that means we're allowed to do SMJs to you, right? You ever going to see?
But what's to say that eventually that I don't know what his cognitive or thinking abilities
he goes
are.
up to, I believe, about a 4-year-old's
Okay.
capabilities.
Yeah,
So-
he's 22 and he's a 4-year-old.
Okay, so then basically, it's just that you would eventually a 4-year-old will get it. It's just that they're not going to get it immediately.
Yeah, there are some smart 4-year-olds.
But what I'm saying is that he's not going to get it immediately. He may get it from a year from now, 2 years from now. Who knows?
And some blind people know how to maneuver around radio stations fine.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously I'm one of them.
Right. So in order for someone to say to you, you're never going to see, so that way we have a right to give you SMJs because you can never see what we're talking about. That's wrong.
So you're saying it is an assumption.
So
on
do you
his
think we
part.
should start correcting him?
I think you need to think of a different approach.
Well, I think that. I mean, obviously, SMJing him wouldn't be the greatest thing because it's simply like saying, I'm going to SMJ you till you see again.
Okay,
which you've never seen.
So what really and how would you handle that? Because
I try to chop him and put him in a bag.
No, see, that's it. Once Jerkman's that type of motherfucker. He's critical of you, but then when you ask him for a solution,
he'll be there to point out where you're wrong.
I didn't say I was the answer guy.
Well, that's it. He'll be very critical, but yet he has no solution.
No, I think every time you just simply remind him. I think because if you're not reminding him every time, just because he can't get it doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be reminded. Just because you can't see doesn't mean people.
But how many times do you remind him
apparently until he would get it. If he never does, then you always remind him.
Have
Hey,
you?
look,
But
can't
have
see.
you? Have
So you at least
have
giving
you
him the
taught
courtesy of a
him?
reminding?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I would think so.
Or just turn it around, because I'm sure he knows the monkey ones, right?
No.
The what?
What?
The monkey
The
ones.
monkey see,
See,
monkey
hear,
do.
hear,
Yeah.
can't talk.
Oh, the modeling theory?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't know that.
So
I'm sure he would.
So if he conceptualized as a 4-year-old, a lot of times people would teach him, or even ask a special ed teacher or a preschool teacher how they would teach somebody who has a disability, how they teach them how to be a little bit more gentle or a little kinder to understanding
how
what
to-
the disability
how to
is.
get it through to them so they can
James Dean
understand.
is at that point where there's no way of really.
But no, I don't think. I think you're wrong, and I
Well,
think I've got an
At
answer
one
to
time
this.
it was okay. At one time it was okay.
I
But
think.
the older he's getting.
How do you teach a child?
Yeah, but
Repetition.
James,
You gotta
that-
get it
that's
in their
different.
language.
That's different.
I
That
think-
is different
I
because a
think-
child has the ability to learn, and some children are very intelligent at the age of 4.
Right.
However, James Dean has a brain defect.
Well, wait a minute.
So that brain defect
I think you're
is going
SMJing
to-
your own grandson because I think you can give him more credit than that. I do believe that with repetition, if you keep saying every time, like if he holds something up, say, "Remember, James, I can't see, so hand it to me, I'll feel it." I think he'll start getting the concept that maybe you need to hand it to
the
you.
concept of showing it that way, but to stand there and say, "Well, Brett can't see. Brett
No,
can't see."
but that's what
Brett
I'm saying.
can't see.
What did I just say? I didn't
But
say
has
that.
anybody
I said teach.
held their hands over his eyes saying Brett can't see?
Well,
I did that one time.
We're not usually around Brett.
And I held it over his eyes, and he couldn't see.
He sees Brett as his buddy,
Uh-huh.
but he doesn't understand that. Even though we say he knows Brett can't see,
We all
but
learn
he
differently.
Can't, he
Yeah, I
can't
think
get
that's
the
what he's saying.
conception
Yeah.
that what it means not
Well,
to be able to see.
And I dig what you're saying.
Or it's
right,
even like
about,
hide and seek type of thing,
Well, about him
I mean,
being an
it's-
adult. As you become an adult, you become more set in your ways.
Right.
However, like Jerkman's saying, he still has the mind of a 4-year-old, meaning
He can
it's
learn.
possible it can be malleable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just a
So-
simple fact that it would be that you start repeating this over and over again. I mean, he
I
could
mean,
play.
he learned how to walk, right?
Yeah, it's not
Sure,
like
better
he's,
talk.
No,
That's
he
true.
didn't learn
You-
how to walk and talk. His
Well,
mother had to work
but-
with him.
but
somebody
over
taught
and
him,
over
but
and
he
over
learned.
to get
That's
him
the
there.
ending
But
result.
it was
he did
the
learn.
rep,
To get him
whatever.
there.
So
It
you know
was
what?
repetitious,
You know
right?
what's
It was
funny?
repetitious.
Yes, repetition for him. I
I'm
believe.
getting. This is what I'm getting. People with cognitive disabilities, I believe the biggest disability is
The people
the
around
people
them?
around them because they give up because they lose. Oh, I can't teach you this. Okay.
It's hard. It takes a lot of
Oh, I know.
patience and a lot of
I'm not saying
time.
that you can't teach James Dean. I'm saying that James Dean got to the point of where it became laxed in his learning. He had a teacher. James Dean was really good up until he went to high school.
So once again,
and
repetition.
He had a
will
teacher
teach
that
him.
was really good. Then when he graduated, they
kind of forgot about him.
They don't want to deal with him.
So that
Yeah,
means he can learn.
they do that.
Again,
They
like
do that in
Max
the
is
blind
saying,
community.
It's the people around
Yeah.
him.
Yep,
So-
as
so
they
I-
say,
yes.
the family is the biggest disability for people with disabilities.
Oh, no. If it wasn't for Teresa, he was supposed to be dead by now.
Yeah.
So Teresa has gotten to the point, and we've all gotten to the point where we make James Dean do the things that he needs to do that he thinks he can't do.
Oh, well, then that's good. You guys push him,
Yeah,
in
we-
that sense.
we push him. And we
But
really-
I guess there's sometimes you guys give up on him too. And maybe we should test the visual.
I think has to, every time he comes, just hand him.
He's like, James, remember, I can't see that, dude.
Don't let him get away with it. If he says something, he's holding up to you. Say, James, I can't see that. Hand it to me. Put it in my hand. Or if he comes up to knuckle bump you, say, James, I can't see where your hand is. You got to show me.
Yeah, that would
help, I believe.
repetitious like that is not just saying I can't see.
Right.
Is,
And it's not mean.
I can't see, so can you do this?
Maybe
Right.
cover physically show him,
Physically
like
cover
your
his eyes.
Say,
Right.
look, this is what I see. So this is what you need to do.
I'm afraid to do that though because from what you guys say, he gets violent sometimes.
Well, he's been-
James
he's been
Dean's
pretty good.
medication has been very good, and his temperament.
You don't think he'd freak out if I went up and went like this?
No, Brett.
He'd think it was funny.
No,
Really?
He would do the same thing
Yeah.
back to you. He would think
Really?
you're playing a game.
Yeah.
That's what James Dean would think. He would
Shit.
think that you're playing
He
a
thinks you're
game.
playing Blinky
I would have a
Blinky.
family member want somebody that you trust to go ahead and do something
That's
like
what
that.
I'm saying. One of you guys should probably do that,
I
not
would.
me, because I mean, even though he knows me and likes me, I think it'd feel strange if because I've never touched him like that. You know what I'm saying? I've never done this shit.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
I would like kick his ass.
yeah,
Give
see,
me- give your
Jerkman
uncle
would
a
only
cold.
provoke it and then we
Well,
have a
you,
real
wouldn't, you
problem.
wouldn't need to touch him. Just put your hands over your eyes and be
Say,
like, I can't.
Oh,
see.
over my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant
Let's
over
say now
his eyes.
Yeah, no. Your own.
Yeah, James Dean has
So he
fallen
can-
through the cracks of the school.
So he can.
And it's been a really
Like a lot of
really
kids have,
hard-
unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of kids. Yeah, because what they do is if they don't see a potential that they can get something from.
Yeah.
If it isn't somebody that's going to be a disability that they can say, oh, look at this over here. We can get this much money from this person because it has a disability, and everybody's going to feel sorry for him.
Well, that's the reason why they have that no left child behind.
Yeah, no
rule
child left
now.
behind. Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
they-
there's a controversy because now that they have the children that don't learn at a 4th grade level or 5th grade level in the classes with them, and so now they're being mainstreamed when really they need to have that extra attention, so which is taking away from the children who are at that 4th grade level.
Well, you were going to say something, Kelsey. What was you going to say?
I was just trying to explain to Max how I meant just put your hands over your own eyes so that he can physically see that you can't see.
Right, kinda
Because if your eyes are covered, then
mimic
he'll
you,
be,
yeah.
you
It
know,
kinda
to him
indicates, like,
it'll
oh,
be
shit.
like, oh, he's not looking.
Right.
Or even like a book. I mean, does he like books when people read him a book? You
Yeah, the
can
ones
always
that pop up.
Some with pictures, right?
Something with
I like that
pictures
too.
and something that teaches him about disabilities. I mean, I'm sure there's something out there like that.
There probably is somewhere.
I think it's too. I think you're
when
being
I was
complicated.
working-
Yeah, it's too complicated.
I think
his
just do what I said.
comprehension-
Just keep reminding him.
Yeah, his comprehension right now, the older he gets, it's getting less and less.
But also kids, they learn better visually.
You know what's crazy though? I'm sure what's strange for him, because again, just like your average sighty, they see me functioning very well. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
where it is.
James sees now. If I was stumbling around,
So bring Slade in.
Whacking your cane.
and that's exactly. If we had Slade here,
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd get it right away.
Also, with your eyes open.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's what's
Yeah.
got to be weird. Like, okay, wait a minute. He's
Yeah.
getting around. His eyes are
Wait a
open.
minute.
Yeah, everybody sees
I just
him.
realized
James
something here is really screwed up.
What's
Ja-
that?
What?
You're the blind guy, yet I wear sunglasses all the time.
Well,
You
that's what I'm
just
wondering. Even
noticed
inside
that?
the building. Yeah, he
This
has
is like ass backwards here.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show you, man. You're fitting the stereotype.
Yeah, but James' ability, the older he got, has lessened, and that's only because they stopped working with him. And it's very hard for Teresa to continue because they do it at home.
Right.
Everybody at home doesn't teach him as if he's got a disability.
Well,
Which is good.
Yeah,
they
that's
make
good.
him. They make him do what he needs to do. I mean, you have a limit.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
have to. You have to understand
Okay.
that you can't make him do what it.
I-
Someone that doesn't have that disability, but you still can make him understand that he has to be able
responsible
to,
and
right,
accountable.
Right, to be able to do what he needs. And you can't. There's no such thing as babying him because he has a disability.
I think you should just take his finger and poke it in your eye because you don't feel nothing anyhow, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, there you go. Oh, I got another SMJ though, real quick. I went to. We got time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I went to Dr. John's luncheon today.
Oh,
Was
boy.
it good?
how was
And,
that?
the food was great, and it was
food's always good.
very informative
That was
and,
your problem.
and everything. But what happened is, so I'm with my new assistant. She's never seen him before.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are you going to keep saying new assistant? When's this person going to be your assistant,
My assistant.
instead
Well,
of your new assistant?
Okay, I'm with my assistant.
There you
he's-
go.
He's
the
new.
person that he's meeting
he-
is the
he-
newest.
for the first
Yeah,
time,
exactly. He's
so.
new to her. He's new to the
Right.
Florendo family, I guess. So anyway, the food's about to come out, right? And Dr. John's still up there lecturing. So she comes over and she slides in next to Colin, and she goes, "Now, when you take him up, you got to remember he may have second." Like she's like totally briefing him on how to find.
Right next to you?
Yeah, right across from me.
Wait a minute. No. I don't think that had anything to do with an SMJ. She knows how you fucking eat. That's what that
I see what she's trying to do.
is. Yeah, she's trying to save food for everybody else.
No, but she actually wanted us to get more. That's the thing.
Oh, she did?
She's like, now remember, he's gonna want seconds, so you make sure you get him seconds.
Seconds, fuck, third and fourth.
Oh, she was all over it though. We were just kind of laughing because he's like, she's telling me how to help you.
Make sure you
It's
get
like, what the
cookies
fuck?
and milk too.
You know, it was a total SMJ, trust me.
Yeah, man.
And so yeah, she slid over and she's
Make
like,
sure you put his napkin under his t-shirt.
Yeah.
and make sure too when you go up, you tell him everything that's there, okay?
When he's done, put him over your shoulder and burp him.
Yep, then take him to the bathroom and change his dighty because he might have shitty wittied in his panty wanties.
After all this foodie woody.
Stuff is good there, though. They have good
Oh,
food.
they always have good food. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
it
like
was-
their food. We never go there just to eat. I've
We were
always
invited
wanted
again,
to.
but I had to work.
No, not with them. I'm talking just to
Just to
go
go?
because the place is really a good place.
Hey,
I
look,
mean,
I'm the
it's
kind of
not
guy that
just
goes around
Dr.
the
John's.
Hey, you get free food, man. How could you not
Yeah,
pass
see.
up that free food?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
I
that
guess
was
it's easy. We're doing it.
yeah. You guys found a way to do it.
Really though, I could go and it wouldn't be free, but that's another story.
I could really use that chair.
I'm sure if you showed up,
I could use the prostate
Oh,
thing
they would
going
treat
on
me
there.
prostate
fine.
massage,
Yeah, because
man.
he sends me invitations all the time.
You're still a patient in his database, so
Yeah,
of course
that's,
he is.
that's
He wants-
true.
yeah.
I could.
You can always go back. I mean, you can always go to lunch.
I cannot believe he had you plugging him last night. Asked you to plug him.
Yeah, he said, "Can you mention this on your show?"
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Dr. John.
Dr. John.
Yeah, he's
That's
a-
nice.
She said, "Hey, Dr. John, we got All Talk 2 now. You want to come back now?"
No. He wouldn't
What,
be
did he
able
used
to
to do a show?
because-
Yeah, he did a show with us.
He would. Jerkman would take him back, wouldn't you? If he was willing to pay.
No.
If he's willing to pay, I hope
No,
so.
you couldn't. You wouldn't be able to. You know why you wouldn't be able
Because
to?
it would be.
No, because he has his own wellness center, and you're creating a wellness center down there, so it would be a conflict
I'm not
of
personally
interest.
creating a wellness center.
No, but that's
The
where you're
George
going.
Bush Conflict
Wellness
of interest.
center.
Maybe a
Yeah, they can
conflict
see me.
of
I'm coughing.
interest, Yeah.
But is it part of
Yeah,
All
Jerkman
Talk,
is the
or just
epitome
in
of
the
wellness.
building?
Yeah, it's part of all.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Oh,
it's connected to All Talk now.
Yes. It'll be
Ooh,
connected to
well,
All
that would
Talk,
change
so-
some things.
Yeah, so that's why
I thought
I
they were
said
working
that.
through All Talk.
Yeah, they're building everything around All Talk.
It's
All Talk's
kind of like a team together, like you said. A team
Yeah, like you
where
said today, he
everybody's
said
working
he
together,
assembled
each has their
the
own
best of
individual
everything in
stuff.
town he could find because that's why he's got Randy. He's got a lot of prizes for being one of the best sellers and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby is one of the best in graphic designs and stuff like that. I guess he considers me one of the best in doing what I'm doing now with streaming and everything else. And a couple of the other people he has. So he said he put the best team together he could possibly find.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the show was really, really
Oh,
great.
if you
today.
guys would
It
have
was
seen that show,
excellent,
it was
excellent.
amazing.
And Mike surprised me.
Yeah, Mike did the show.
Mike, it was the.
Well, Mike can hold a show together.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been doing it for.
Yeah, well, I know, but sometimes you know how sometimes you do things one way, and because when you're in here, you do it one way, and then when you go someplace else, you do something different.
Oh, you
right?
change up your
You change up your
flow.
Whatever. Yeah,
Huh.
and he did,
Someone's
and
thinking they got
I
duck
looked at
lips over
that,
there.
and I was like, oh
What's
my
that?
gosh, Mike was back into his old days that he's always telling me
Actually,
about when he
Mike
was
did a
in
really good
Chicago.
job today. I mean, the whole thing, the whole thing went off without a hitch. I mean, Randy was on one end; he had the computer. He was bringing in all the phone calls. I was, of course, doing my shit on my end, which went over flawlessly. Mike did his stuff, and he actually kept Dennis, which I think you've met Dennis before, the guy that just yak.
Dennis, who's that?
I think he was around one time when you were here.
Oh, I don't know.
But the whole thing just went over. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just it was better than I expected
The
it to be.
sound, the lighting, everything turned out.
It looked like we are running. It looks exactly like television
Yeah,
now. And as a matter
it
of
looks
fact,
just
talking
like
about
TV.
that, I had the meeting with them today, and they're going to carry the station. So we're going to be on. And
the boxes?
Yeah, the funny thing was it's
Rockbox?
No, not Rockbox. It's oh, damn, I forgot it again already. But what the funny part was is I was
They're gonna
telling
be part of my station, but I can't remember what the
yeah, I
fuck
can't
it is.
remember. Hey, I'm just going to get used to me. This is what I do.
Roxy
Box. That's what it is.
Box.
And Roxy Box.
Roxy
And
Box.
I had talked to Doug afterwards. He goes, "Wow, I've got one of those." He says, "So we're going to be carried on that?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "This is awesome," or something like, "This is the best," or something. He's like, "I can't believe this." I said, "Yeah, that's who the guy was just sitting here a minute ago." He goes, "Well, I didn't know that." I said, "He owns the damn thing."
It's kind of
He goes,
funny.
"Oh."
Somebody could be right in your face, and you'd be like,
He had no clue.
who?
No
What?
clue. He met him, but it wasn't like, he sat down to talk because he was getting ready for the show. And then Tiffany Masters was down there with me. So
cool.
When Tiffany comes in and she's like, "Oh my God, I got to congratulate you. This place is beautiful." I said, "Well, you're going to when
Why
you come
did you pick that voice? This place is beautiful.
because that's how she kind of talks. I did
Man,
change
you
it,
know,
didn't
you
I?
gotta. Well, I won't say it on the air, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you're kind of like, is this real?
Well, yeah,
I'll just leave it at that.
Because keep in mind, I've been here for so long that this is what I'm used to, and I get down there. Today wasn't too bad for me. It was actually, I kind of blended in.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I love this station. I mean, it's just,
that's it.
It's just different. It's
totally-
just it's kind of like you go to one club that is.
One's gay and one's not.
There you go.
So
You switch it.
We'll say there's. Well, that's not. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be right.
The energy is different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
each
it.
building.
There we go. The energy's different. It's just a different. It's like if you go to church with jeans on, or you go to church with your Sunday best, like they used to
What the
do.
hell? Why? You know,
Or you go to church with the Holy Roller, or you go to church with a Mormon.
I guess
Okay,
I guess I can see where that might go. So at one point you're going to church kind of bummy looking, and the next time you're going to church dressed up. So
I've got a better one for you.
ago,
It's like going to this all talk and that all talk.
oh wow, like two different all talks.
No, I
wouldn't know.
No.
Damn. On that note, fucksters.
We put this red paint up here, so don't you dare talk bad about this studio.
We'll be right back. Hey, that's where I do my show, so I'm cool.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. That's back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul.
I love you. You are my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Answer me this. When did happen a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and Mob Moves. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing. But in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy, then content, and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement. Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google cheesy leasy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hear on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great. Just what I've always wanted. My own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jismbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts, that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer
Fuck that guy.
and DJ Jerkman,
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really irks me.
STEM Radio. STEM Radio.
Oh, yes, bitches. Final segment of the shit that irks me. Hey, Jerkman, did you call in? At
Yeah,
one
that
point?
was me.
We thought so.
Yeah,
That was
we,
me.
we couldn't hear you.
It's kind of weird because
Did you say something?
Yeah, I was talking and I called you
Oh.
guys. Well, I called and talked to you earlier and it was fine.
Yeah.
It just seems like certain areas down there, there's so much metal and stuff. I think I get blocked in certain
Yeah.
spots.
Probably because we came in and we answered the phone and we didn't hear
Yeah, I
shit.
heard you guys going, hello. I don't think anybody's there. And I heard one of them go, hello.
Yeah,
and I was like,
my
hello, can you hear me?
when I
And-
tried to get a hold of you, it would come up no Google server or something like that every time I
who's
tried to
your
get a hold of you.
carrier?
Who am I? What?
Cricket, right?
I go by Cricket, yeah.
Yeah,
I got it away from
Verizon
T-Mobile and all them.
Verizon gets good reception in steel buildings.
I've always gotten good reception with Verizon. That's the one thing. I've noticed that. I've never had a call drop. None of that shit. Very rarely do I get a...
When I was working at casinos, I'd have to get Verizon because I could never get any reception with AT&T.
Seems like Verizon's got everything sold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can
What, are
get...
you doing a fucking plug for him?
Well, no,
Well, I'm just
AT&T
saying,
now
hey,
is
I give
running
credit where
that
credit is due.
commercial where they're putting in those small towers inside of buildings now. So people will start going with AT&T because they're not getting a reception in these steel buildings.
Now, Sprint is butt fuck. I've actually... I had Sprint for a while.
So did I.
Mac Metro has Sprint now, and he hates them. So yeah, they suck ball bag.
I had Sprint, went to T-Mobile, never went with Verizon. Or then after that, I said, you know what? I'm sick of these carrier companies. I'm just going to go to Cricket because then I can choose what the hell I want. If I don't want to pay it, I don't pay the damn
You want
thing.
an a la carte.
Then you lose your phone and it says the Cricket customer you've
And you know
dialed.
what? And really, I don't care because those days are the days I sit back and go, thank God I don't have to answer this fucking phone 100
You know what,
goddamn
though?
Until you
times.
get 15 voicemails.
You know,
Yeah,
no,
when you walk out the building.
You can't even leave them a voicemail though.
And that's
No.
good.
Oh.
It's totally just
It doesn't
says.
even roll over to voice, huh?
Nope. It just says the Cricket customer you
Oh
dialed.
my God! And look how upset I am.
Yeah, I can tell.
Hey, but you know you're running a business, man. You
That's
kind
the
of
reason why I run the glasses. He's crying.
That's what it is.
But it is
That's why he has it like that, because he is running a business.
Well, there you go. But obviously, you got to keep your phone going.
But keep in mind, I've got 8 billion ways to contact me. If everybody doesn't, they contact me 100,000 different ways anyhow. If I get I'll get a text, then I'll get a hangout, then I'll get a voicemail, then
What's
I'll
a
get the
hangout?
It's through Google, and then I get the Facebook, I get the inboxing, I get the emails. So it's not like they can't get hold of me.
I guess. I mean, but you have some people that just aren't, like that aren't computer savvy. That just want to
Really?
use the phone. You know, those kind of people.
Are you computer savvy?
Well, I am. I can do it. But I'm just saying, other people, you might have people that
I
are
learned
like,
the difference between Apple and Windows.
yeah,
Yes,
there you
you
go.
See,
I'm the computer queen.
there she is now.
But you get some. Well, you know how it is, man. You get some people that are.
I know, but I'll just say, I'll leave it at this: is that I can't say that I was upset those days that it was off. I got a break.
No, you weren't.
I'm getting sleepy.
I just hopefully you didn't lose any
Oh,
shows.
wait a minute,
man.
wait a minute.
Nah, he didn't lose any shows. We won't let that happen.
Don't do that. He had Asian. I found out.
Yeah,
he farts at Asian. Oh, you didn't hear that part. He says you weren't here, so now you're here.
Oh.
He can't
yeah,
fart anymore.
and-
Yeah,
Thank God.
I was farting in here earlier.
How many pieces of sushi did you eat?
Yeah, tell her how many.
32 pieces.
32 pieces of sushi. Yes.
So see, with me leaving doesn't protect you guys any longer.
No, it does not.
Not really.
So that means when
Not
you're
really
not here
at all, actually.
Yeah.
Now to think about it.
So when I'm not
it's
here,
It's kind of worse.
Yeah.
So when he's not here, guess what?
Just ripping them left and right.
Just grin and bear it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, the
I was like, you
vibration
can't at least
throughout
clench it until commercials.
The last hour I'm here, you guys are safe. See, I'm the savior.
Yeah.
Chirpin
I've
comes
got
in.
spray over there, Brett, so I'll leave it there for Maxwell. I'll leave it there for you, and then you can just come in the door and you can spray.
Well, but you know what? I got a
That's
better.
too much work.
I got a better idea. Now, what you guys need to do is the minute he walks in, you turn him around, spray it right up his ass. So every time he farts, you're gonna smell petunias.
No.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like when you try to cover up a...
Actually,
I have
that's when
heard
somebody has
petunias.
rose-smelling shit.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody takes a shit and they spray the rose potpourri and you walk in and it smells like roses and
Exactly
shit.
what I was going to say. When you're trying to cover up a bad smell with a good one, with a good smell,
Yeah,
and then
it's
they
like-
mingle, and it's even worse.
Yep, exactly. It's like this
Yeah, I've tried that all the time. It doesn't work.
this sweet shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
wow.
like you don't like sweet shit.
Well, I like just my
Just
own
like
shit.
shit.
I like
makes
my
you,
own smell
it
of
gets
shit.
you like
you know?
sickly to that original good smell.
So then you don't
Yeah,
want to know
exactly.
So you
It
don't
almost
like
makes
it
the good
anymore.
smell kind of disgusting. You're like, damn, I like that potpourri till it mixed
It's
with
like, it's
asshole.
like when you eat something you like, and then you throw it up, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to
then
eat
you
that
tasted
anymore.
something you'd loved, and it also like, it could be Oreos or something.
One of my psychology
Oreos.
teachers.
Oh, of course.
Oreos from that.
My
Of course,
psychology teacher.
Chirpin hates Oreos, obviously.
She actually did that to her kid.
Why
when
did you
her-
throw him up?
Well, no, I'm just saying something so good as an Oreo. I love Oreos. But if you threw up Oreos, I'm sure you'd be like, I don't want to eat those anymore.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
my psychology teacher, she did that to her kid when her little girl, when she got really sick, all she had her eat was French fries. So that's what she got sick on. So now her daughter will not touch French fries.
No shit.
I was like, that's good little conniving parenting right there.
I did that when I did applesauce when I was a kid. I'd take, I think
Yeah,
it was.
that with your medicine.
But they did
medicine.
it purposely?
Yeah, it was supposed to be
medicine.
mixed in to help. I think it
Help
was.
make the taste
That's the only way you
But
can get the
applesauce
kids to
is
take their
healthy.
medicine was
but it made me
applesauce.
sick because
Yeah.
the medicine they
Then
put in it, the
him and
antibiotic,
Tina.
made me sick.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
So I wouldn't eat applesauce
No.
after because I kept getting
No.
sick every
Yeah,
time I
but
ate.
the reason she did that was so that
She
her
would
daughter
stop?
would stop eating junk food.
That's morbid.
That is morbid.
Like she did it on purpose.
That would only be French fries. It wouldn't stop you from junk food.
Well, French fries are.
I guess French fries
she
was a
considered
start.
them
yeah,
junk
but I
food.
mean, yeah, well, that's all you'd want to
Next
stop.
on to the Snickers.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, chocolate bars and
That
fucking.
reminds me, I got chocolate bars
Epicac.
someplace.
So what you're trying to tell me though is, if
I
I was out in the okay, supposing we brought pine in here, a pine scent, right?
Ew.
And then you farted in here and it smelled like someone shit under a pine tree.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You're shitting in the
It'd
woods.
be like
I got
pine
it.
tree
You
and
wouldn't
asshole.
like that pine smell anymore.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you.
It's pine tree and
Uh-oh.
asshole mix.
What'd Yoda say?
What'd you say, Yoda?
Says shit on the woods.
Yeah, it's shitting in the woods. That's what it would be. Somebody
Does a
took a
Mac,
dump
does a
in the
Mac
woods.
shit in the woods?
camping.
Obviously, yeah, Max will shit in the woods.
Crap in the woods.
You never been camping, have you?
I've been camping, but I've never had a shit in the woods.
How do you know?
Wait a minute.
That's
wait.
not camping.
Because all the camping things that I've done they always had outhouses.
Oh, wait a minute. You went, that's not
Outhouses
camping.
when you went
No.
camping?
Yeah, he went to camp. He went to camp.
I went to camp.
Not camping. He's been to camp.
At blind camp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, well,
Yep,
some,
exactly.
You know what, though? Some campsites do have bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like little.
That's true. They do.
talking about
They
getting
do.
Not legit
but
camping.
I'm
We were
getting
talking
a
about
tent.
camping.
A tent out in the middle of the woods by, you know,
Where you
maybe a
sleep
couple
on the
people around,
ground.
I mean, I've done
Let
that,
the
but
snakes
they've been
crawl over
outhouses.
you.
but there should be
Oh.
outhouses, because if there's an outhouse, that's not really fucking camping.
Well, yeah, I guess
You haven't been camping.
For me, yeah, it doesn't sound like
You haven't
anything.
wiped your butt with poison oak.
No, never wiped my ass to the ground. Never having to shit in a hole. You know what? That's not something I would do. I'm too.
No. Wait a minute. These toilets are so refraining. Just think if you had that big, wide open ass spread.
Yeah, then I get to sit in it too. Oh, I get to sit in my own turd.
No, you bring the potty squatty with you.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
You don't remember the potty squatty?
I never used a potty squatty. What the fuck is a potty squatty?
You stand up on
that
it.
new product that's coming out that everyone, it's where like the headlines like you've been shitting wrong or
Yeah,
something
you're
like
supposed
that.
to you're supposed to stand up on this thing and squat down over it and shit. So
Supposedly
No,
that's
they do that.
that's how
No, they
normal.
do that in Asian countries. They do
Yeah, they
that.
have those
I didn't
toilets.
know
Well,
that.
that is true.
You know,
that
that
is
just defies anything I've ever been taught.
No,
You know, it's like when you're in the hospital and they expect you to lay down and piss in those fucking urinals.
Yeah, but
I can't do that.
Yeah, but the thing
I know,
is,
this
with
seems
that,
wrong.
if
Got
you
to change your whole philosophy.
yeah, if you have,
What are women doing in that
if you
situation?
have a certain,
They squat.
what happens
Put their
is
fucking
when you
lips
do
over it or
that,
something?
it helps your stomach, and you're able to go to the bathroom better for people who have
You-
constipation or IBM, you know, all the stuff.
IBM.
IBM.
I don't.
Yeah, but you literally have to get up
You
on
got
the
a
toilet
Macintosh?
seat.
Get a squatty potty.
I got a computer up my ass.
Hey, people who have apples, I can have an IBM.
But you're the one that's saying
But
that you
no,
want
it
that
does.
free shit. So I mean, that's
Well,
the
you
perfect
know,
thing for you.
within reason. You know, there's certain toilet
Free
seats
open range.
Yeah, you want your colon cleansed so goddamn much, and you want to be.
His
feel-
is probably already cleansed.
No, his turned to glass. I swear to God. Happy by now.
I just can't shit standing up, man. That's just
Oh
kind
well,
of.
this isn't.
You're not standing up.
supposed to
You're
stand
squatting.
up. You're not even squatting. What
Yes,
you're supposed
yes,
to
you are.
squatty
You
potty
stand
is.
on top of the toilet. There's this place where you put.
How's
a
it
foot
gonna be
on-
safe? I don't. I
well,
mean,
that's just crazy.
yeah, exactly. I
They
agree
say-
with you.
They say if you sit down, you're actually pinching a part of your colon, so
You
you're not
are.
getting.
You are. That's true. You
so
are.
if you squat like we were meant to do, because toilets weren't invented when
Human
cavemen.
body.
Well, really, what they started with was if you're sitting on the toilet, you have to have like a footstool or something that raises your feet, and then if it raises your feet, it helps your
Like giving
colon.
birth?
So you're saying you got to shit in a fetal position?
You're like getting a pap smear and taking a
No.
shit at the same time. It's a crap smear.
A pap smear.
It's a crap smear.
You got problems.
Get your feet in the stirrups.
I tell you,
There's
you guys
usually
go
just
try it,
squatty
and,
potty.
and I'm sure we'll probably hear about it.
What? No, I'm not gonna try it. Actually, you know what? If somebody
Can you imagine him trying to get into a squatting position on a toilet?
I don't imagine being
Gotta
anything
get in
like
the
that.
squatty potty.
No, because there was an Asian lady that
Why she got to be Asian?
well, she was,
damn
and
racist.
I told I am. So I told my mom. I said there's shoe marks all over the freaking toilet. So my mom says what they do is that they stand on top of the toilet, and then in the Mexican culture or Hispanic culture, whatever you want to call it, they throw their poopy tissues on the ground.
What?
So
just
that's who's been
nasty.
doing it here. The Mexican culture.
They've been shitting all over throwing their tissue on the floor,
Well,
right?
yeah, the Asians actually do have
Goddamn
their
beers.
toilets are actually on the ground. There's nothing, and you stand above them, squat down, and that's how you do your stuff.
And that's how they do it in the casinos.
And Yoda said yes.
I just
think.
can imagine standing on my feet taking a shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be afraid I'd fall over.
Well, that's it. You
They're
really.
calling 911 with your
Well, how do you
pants
do it in
down.
the woods?
What the hell kind of shits do you take?
I don't know. I was
Because
just.
it's
Man, I
like
don't
it's got
know.
to be like a balancing act, being that far
Yeah,
up high.
you've been trained to do a certain thing, man. I mean,
Doesn't
you know.
anybody sit on a commode? Look what's going on here.
Oh, I sit on the toilet.
We're trying to help him with his ass clenching over here.
Yeah, but you know, I
His
mean,
first toilet is
but
the world's worst.
I've never stood up and like tried to aim my ass. You know, I used to have trouble doing that, like shitting
Tried
in
to
bags.
aim it.
Oh no, I asked him that.
You know, when you're-
when I first met him and I went to his apartment,
Oh God.
I turned around and I go, "Ooh, you know you got shit all over your toilet." And he
That was
goes,
chewing tobacco.
and he goes, "That's chewing tobacco."
It was.
Oh, it was so
But-
gross looking.
But did you guys notice one thing?
What?
you said, I went to his apartment, and someone said, "Ew."
No, I think she said ooh.
No, I said ew.
Yeah, she was the one that
I
said
thought
ooh.
you said ooh.
I said ew.
Because I was going to say, she's probably thinking, oh my God, he had shit everywhere.
No, she saw the.
That's what you thought was going to happen, huh?
No, she saw the toilet and thought I had an explosive sprayums. And what it really was is Chusky. You know what I'm throwing my chew
It
on.
looks just like explosive poo.
Oh yeah, because it's all over the
It's
toilet.
gross.
Pours it out of his thing and
Oh,
just
okay, okay.
picks his...
Well, yeah, because I just throw it in the
And he
toilet.
throws it
Like, what's your mouth
he throws
doing
it into
in or
the,
around the
into
toilet
the toilet.
seat?
Yeah,
Trust me,
bounces.
you don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Some of that stuff, he goes and he's like, what was that, Michio Kondo?
Lindo Michoacan?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that place is good.
That's my spot. I love it.
But after he eats there, sometimes he wants to relive it. He goes back to the toilet that he shitted out at.
Smells
He
it.
says, you know what? It's like a refried bean.
No, I just let the
Well,
tongue.
that took care of that place.
I just let the tongue crawl out of my ass again. The lingua that I ate just
Or what's that?
licks it way, licks
Twice
its way.
over burrito or whatever? You do it 3 times over.
It licks its way out of my ass. That's all it is.
Wow.
It's a 7 sprayer burrito.
What did you eat Mexican
Lovely.
today?
I didn't eat anything Mexican.
No, he
today.
ate Asian today.
I had Asian today.
You know.
But I just
And the
couldn't-
lady tried to hand him his receipt. I was waiting for her to get it, and she didn't get it at all.
Oh, 'cause
and so I
I-
took
You're
it
just
out of her
waving
hand.
around in front of him?
Yeah, she's
Hey,
just like back and forth, back and forth.
Hey, dumbass,
I'm like,
here's your
I'm like,
receipt.
lady, didn't you just see me take his hand and chew the pin to write his name?
Some people they're
They
just not-
don't. They don't pay attention. Because I know when I took him a couple times someplace, and he'd go to write, and they're just like waiting for him to, like the one time we went to the bank that time we had to get that
Oh,
thing
that
all
shit.
taken again. My God, I was like stunned. I thought, can't you see?
See, yeah.
Yeah, because she usually takes it for a ride. Max, you got to duck your head down.
Oh yeah. Remember, when you get in the
Oh,
car,
you
duck your head.
stop it.
Duck
Stop
He
it.
made mention to it. He goes, why does your mom think I'm going to hit my head every time I get in the damn
everybody,
car?
everybody who'd get in my car would bang their head.
That's
My
right.
daughter
Wait a
would
minute.
bang her head. Everybody would bang
So,
their
wait
head.
a
It was
minute.
taller than me.
How come
Do you
I said the thing and she looks at you and talks to you about it?
Oh.
Come over here.
Interesting.
She was explaining.
I think I
I
got
was
SMJ'd.
You got SMJ. You got Son MJ'd, man.
I was just trying to explain to her the reason I keep saying, don't hit your head, don't hit your... I say it to the kids. Close it up. Watch so you don't hit your
I
head.
don't remember you saying it to me.
Is your
and
car
I'm the
that
guy
low
with
to
the
the
glasses on.
ground?
I can't see shit.
Is the car that
It's
low to the
just the
ground?
way
Yeah.
it's
Not
curved
that
that
low.
it's hard when you get in. My daughter bangs her head every time.
I've never
because
banged
she's
my
tall.
head getting in the car.
No, you didn't.
I never banged my
I've
head.
hit my head I don't know how many fucking times.
Yeah, he does all the time.
Maybe that's why. See, that's why.
Go ahead, Max. Go there. 'cause-
Jerkman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
She does it because of you.
That's your
You know,
fault.
My son goes and bangs his head, so shit, you probably will too.
And my daughter and my grandsons. Yeah,
I would rather
it's a
bang my
family
head
thing.
than somebody else's at a lobster dinner.
You'd rather bang him at a gay bar, wouldn't you? And VIP,
I don't know.
HIV,
You have to
VIP.
ask Santiago. He was the one. Yoda over here was the one that actually got hit on that night, and he still smiles about it. Look, he's like,
He's blushing.
He's
But see,
flattered.
Jerkman
Look at
is-
his blushing.
But now, see, you
Yes.
seem, but Jerkman
At least
seems,
you can get both sexes then.
Jerkman seems a,
You'll
a
never
little,
be lonely.
Jerkman seems a bit upset though, like almost jealous of you there.
Yeah, but the
Master
thing
Yoda,
is, he may not even know he got hit on.
I'm too stupid.
Oh, that could be.
I think
I'm
you
stupid.
would know.
Some men are
Well,
just
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
well.
know.
You wouldn't
know
know
what?
if it was a girl or a guy.
He hits his head on the roof, so if someone hits on him, I don't think he would be able to tell.
Okay,
Really?
I'll go with that one.
So maybe,
Maxwell. I'll go with that
okay.
one.
Then while we're sitting
I
here
guess.
talking, why don't me and you? Why don't you give me some clues how I could learn when I'm being hit on? Did they offer me dinner and take me out for lobster? I mean, is that one of the first
Give
clues?
us some advice.
Yeah, well,
give me some
I don't
advice on
know.
this one.
You obviously know. I mean, because you're the one talking about my lobster dinner all the time.
So
Case in point, pretty
Right.
sure he knows when he's getting hit on.
So if they're offering me lobster dinner, that's to be considered a date, right? Go ahead, step on that one
Not
lightly.
necessarily.
That's what I thought.
This was brought up a long time ago too. I
I'm
remember
re-
this whole deal.
What, the lobster?
Yeah,
this is
about
like
him going
4
out
years
on
ago.
this thing, and you kept bugging him about him being on a date.
Yeah,
He
it's
said
4
it
years-
wasn't a date.
It was 4 years ago too.
He said,
It's like,
and I remember the same scenario that I only went out because it was food.
So if
Yeah,
we were at the
that's
gay
pretty much what it
club and
was.
somebody asked him to go out to dinner at some random restaurant,
And I
you're
went.
telling us you wouldn't give him shit for it.
Well, he's been giving me
Thank
shit for
you.
it. He's been giving me shit
Regardless, if
So-
this happened and we went out to that gay club and somebody asked to
me
take
to
him out
dinner
to
and I
dinner,
went out for
Well,
you're telling me
I
you
would
wouldn't
say-
give him any
for it.
shit?
Basically, it's my way of saying, I don't want to hear any more from you.
Yeah. You're like,
don't you dare rip on me anymore.
So you wanna
So
say
he just
we're-
wants revenge at this
yeah,
point.
that's what it is.
Well, of course.
I think he's jealous, Maxwell.
I think he is too.
Yeah,
He's like, damn
that's
it,
what I
now why did you
think.
get taken
No,
out
I
to dinner?
think he's jealous. That's why he went to the gay club.
No, you're wrong.
Because he's jealous.
Wait a minute,
he's
no,
jealous.
you're
yes,
wrong.
it is.
You're
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he is. I think he's
Yeah,
jealous.
yeah.
Well, then he got jealous too. He got two things happened that night. Remember the guy at the
Oh.
pizza place said that I look better than he did.
Oh, see,
he was
see,
like, God damn it.
He's the muscle bound
We got
guy
a
here.
pattern here. We got a pattern here.
I
I'm
think you're
catching.
right.
I'm catching it now.
He's gayer hating. That's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing.
He's
No,
gayer hating.
no, I'm not, because watch this. I can show you. I can get a date right away. You ready?
Oh, yeah?
Say, yo. See? Right there. Bam. What'd I say?
Friends don't count.
So you guys would pound each other, haven't given the
I
chance.
just winked at him and stuff, and he blew a kiss back and and stuff.
Wow. Damn, dude. You ready to
goodness.
split his ass like a pizza at a frat party?
No,
Nope.
they're just gonna go share a lobster.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Share
and then
that.
call it quits
Well, you know
after
what?
the food.
If you're getting food, then hey, I can't knock you for
If
that.
food
Did
is
this guy pay
involved.
for your food?
Yeah, he did.
So that's the only time you can act gay, is if someone's going to buy you food.
He didn't say he acted gay.
Oh, yes, he
Where'd
did.
you
Yes,
get
he
that?
did.
He acted gay.
How
He
did you
didn't
act
say
gay?
that.
Did he
Because
hit
you
on
go
you?
out with somebody that's gay,
No.
By
that means that
association.
you're going to end up in bed with him.
Thank you.
Gay by
Thank you.
association.
No.
Yeah, just because you hang out with a gay person or
Okay,
you went to dinner
look.
with a
Yeah,
gay
guy
person.
hit on you?
yeah. Let me
Wait
hear
a minute,
this
wait a
one.
minute.
Give it to.
Wait,
Come
wait,
on, come
wait a
on, come on,
minute.
come on. Let's go.
Spin
Put
that.
it out.
Oh, okay, what did you wear?
Clothes.
What clothes?
I don't know, just regular clothes. Like I'd
So
wear.
you wore regular clothes.
Oh, you
Yeah.
better not go down that one because
you
then
didn't-
you're going to say
You didn't dress at all.
No, you
No,
can't
why
go down
would I?
that one.
What kind of shoes did you wear?
My regular shoes.
Those loafers you have?
His cholos.
I don't know, just whatever shoes I
They're
wear.
like, they're like those loafers, right?
Probably like the ones I've got on now. Yeah, they're
Let me see.
loafers.
What are they?
Like these?
Here, we went through
Yeah,
this
they're
before.
loafers.
Okay, so what?
Well,
the same thing to a
and as you
motorcycle.
walked.
Oh,
when you
like
were
a
going-
light loafers.
Loafers.
Oh, that was gay. That was a
That's
bad.
right.
That was
It
a
was
bad.
gay. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That was a bad attempt at a joke,
Doesn't
man.
matter. Doesn't
Sorry,
matter.
that was
It
a
doesn't
bad.
matter.
You got light in your loafers.
Okay, what are you trying to say? That joke made you ass hurt?
No, you got to
I
ask
got a
her at
couple
the
more if
pizza
you want
place. You got to ask her at the pizza place. Come on now.
No,
She
Jimmy-
said you look better than me. Damn it!
Yeah, no.
Son of a botch! Like, you can't let an old Italian man thinks. God damn it! He wouldn't even take me home and molest me. Shit!
Wow.
Because Max's arms are so big and strong.
God damn it! You know what? He sees Max as cuter than me.
But that's okay, because that means he's hitting on you and not me.
I want to go out and I want him to sing some Tony Bennett songs to me on his beach house fucking balcony. Oh, you and I.
What the hell are you laughing about?
You're
my
just accepting
fucking
the
mom.
fact that you got hit on?
She's laughing at you because you're finally getting your ass handed to you.
That is so funny. That's
So you're
funny.
giving him crap because he didn't get hit on, but you're not giving him anything because he did?
Well,
Yeah, you got hit on.
I got hit on because I'm a beautiful nigga.
How do you know he got hit on?
Well, okay, obviously the guy had a thing for
So
him.
the arm squeeze and the don't you work out line, that was kind of a dead giveaway.
Jimmy was kind of hitting on you, I think.
Was he?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Kind of in a way. I think you know what I think.
Well,
it was?
there's a guy
he's-
asked
now
another
watch
guy
it.
if they work
Oh,
out.
shit.
Watch it. He's Italian. You're gonna get.
What the hell does that mean?
That means that's the way the Italians talk. So watch it. It wasn't
think,
after breath.
I think he was
Max.
building your ego.
Well, whatever he was doing. I mean, he was obviously hitting on Bunny Rabbit too, so I don't think he can be too gay. You know?
He's Italian. We're all alike.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I don't
Really?
care what I don't care what anybody
So
says.
you mean years from now, Jerkman will be saying, "Hey, you know you look hot.
Yeah.
You look better than him. You got big juicy arms.
Do you work out?
Do you drive trucks?"
Why the fuck does it got to be years from now? Can't I do it like tomorrow afternoon? Or something?
That's true. You're already an old fuck, so.
You should go over and tell Jimmy. You should go over and tell Jimmy, hey, Jimmy, you're looking good there. buddy.
Yeah, why don't you tell him he
You
looks
lose a
good?
little bit of weight there, Jimmy. Hey,
Jimmy.
what's going on, Jimmy?
I bet you got a big pizza oven. Yeah, how much sausage can you fit in there?
Why would it seems like it would be him
See,
doing the
yeah, I
one
was just gonna
saying
say,
that.
he's the one coming up with all this shit.
Yeah.
Why don't you go hit on him? Ask
wait
him
a
about his
minute.
pizza oven.
Now you keep going. See, now when I throw them back at you, you know things you normally would say to me. Now all of a sudden I'm.
That's why I'm spin doctor.
Yeah, right. Spin doctor. Well, I spun it back on you. So there you go.
I didn't like it.
Well, they're too fucking bad.
And anyhow, I've got my date anyhow.
Oh, you got
He's
fucking
put
messenger.
my number in his phone right now and drawing little pictures for me.
Yoda. He's gonna come probe ya. He's gonna go probe ya.
Oh, God.
Wow, man. Well,
You guys are so funny.
aren't we? We spent the last half hour just ripping on
Making
each other
gay
pretty
jokes.
much.
Yeah, gay
Making
jokes.
gay jokes. Oh, you know, when all else fails, it's either shit or gay jokes. You know, so that's just how it works.
And the bad thing
I was
is,
listening to the STIM show, and they were just doing gay jokes the whole time.
Oh my God, how boring! They didn't talk about anything.
and you know what the funny thing is actually,
It's the gay that
obviously-
irks me.
Yeah, I'm obviously not. I'm not offended by gay people. You are not. You went out on a date. So to us, we just make fun because it's fun to make
It's just
fun of
funny.
each other.
It's funny. I mean, that's what guys do.
So
make
anybody
fun of-
out there that's gay, obviously we don't care.
No, be gay.
Be
do your
gay,
thing.
have fun. It's your thing, not mine.
Right. Just we make fun of each other
But
because
it's
we know
about
we're not
to,
gay.
it's about to be later on tonight with
What a
Yoda.
Perfect way for the show to end.
I know.
Yeah.
Proving that he's gay and I'm not.
Yeah, right. All right, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer, who will never suck a dick.
Oh, wow. You put a spin on there now.
Go for it. You put your spin on now.
I'm GJ Jerkman. It's about ready to tonight.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Cockatiel.
Wow.
I'm
Hamster.
Hamster.
Hamster's, she got left out of the.
Oh, wow.
And
All right.
She's
And
running.
Bunny Rabbit.
And
Yoda.
that's the story there, bitches. See ya.
It's the shit that hurts me.